We'll get this chat of ours over with right quick.
Face reveal?
Feet reveal.
Face reveal? Oh, so that was the person that was on the
Oh,
title card.
yeah. So you're... Huh. Say, what's with the paper bag?
Why do you think I have it on, partner?
To stop flies landing on your exposed brain?
What in tarnation?
Exposed brain, huh?
Is that what they're teaching kids in school nowadays about folks like me?
That we have exposed brains?
Bold of you to assume I've ever been to school.
I suppose that explains how you gotta be the way you are now, yeah.
The green skin, of course.
Speaking of which...
Why does your flesh have the hue of watermelon, anywho?
You like it?
No. No.
What's an appropriate response to Nick's comment?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I find you physically repulsive.
I get that a lot. Oh, yeah? Take the bag off. Let's see which of us is the real freak. I feel like that should have a row at the end of it.
You take that.
Yeah, I'm plenty good with this here bag on my face, thanks.
Alright, let's just get this conversation over with.
What do you actually want? Ask your question and go.
Who are you?
I'm Sergeant Norm Allen.
What's a sergeant?
It means I was in the Air Force, and I was pretty good at what I did.
Planes and such.
Planes?
I know you know what an airplane is.
I do?
Big, pale bird, roars and you throw lunch meat into his engines.
Right, yes, I know what you mean now.
See, the joke there is that they actually do that to test how well engines can withstand the impact of birds in the air.
Oh, do they? Just toss
Yeah,
and
they
lunch
literally just
meat
throw. Yeah, they just
Amazing.
chickens,
Oh, wow, okay.
not live chickens, obviously,
Oh,
but
fair
Yeah, because
enough.
no, that would be, oh jeez.
Just...
well, I'm Air Force now.
I rolled with NASA too for a while, actually. You know, the space folks?
They sent you into space? Phone Lord. Mingus really went all out trying to exile you.
I wasn't a pariah back then, partner.
As a matter of fact, I was decorated.
Like a Christmas tree?
No, not like a Christmas tree, partner. I means I was valued, celebrated.
For your information, the president himself selected me for a mission.
Ooh, which one? President Phonald Ringen? Phone Bill Clingdon?
Nah, the man who picked me was the greatest visionary in American history.
President Callum Crown.
Hey,
I
I know that name. Wasn't he, didn't he invent the cotton candy machine or something?
Did he?
He was the fella who invented the first phone ads.
The man who initiated the dial-up.
No, the day the whole world became chock full of phone folks.
Right, about that. Why aren't you a phone? I was told that the dial-up got everyone.
Right.
Right. Oh, sorry.
No, I think it works fine that we did it both.
Well, you see, it sort of did, but
You see, President Crown decided to send me on an immensely vital hell, an unprecedented expedition.
goes for me to be the first human being ever to enter a wormhole.
Jeez, the lore is going ham now.
Oh, wow, this is turning into Farscape.
Yeah.
We tried sending robots and the like in first, but all of them lost signal pretty quickly, as I'm sure you can imagine.
I have never seen a robot, and if I did, I would likely hit on it and or shit myself.
Same, to be honest.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
We weren't sure if they were getting crushed inside the wormhole, or if they just traveling too far away from us.
Who, as a patriot, I was beyond honored to have been handpicked by President Crown himself for the mission.
They sent me up in one of our state-of-the-art crafts, I piloted through, and well,
Came back right out the same way I came in, seemingly.
nothing that weird, I suppose.
Except, I can see every single one of the robots that we previously sent through floating around outside the hole now.
Kinda spooked me, you know, since I didn't see a single one of them outside the hole before I went in.
Wait, undeterred, I made my way back to Earth.
Boy, did I get a shock when I landed and re-emerged from my vessel.
Y'all ever seen that one movie where the astronaut returns to Earth and there's monkeys everywhere?
And then he sees the Statue of Liberty on the beach and freaks out because he's been in New York the whole time.
And New York sucks?
All them yuppies and city slickers.
I'm pretty sure that isn't why that dude was upset. But fuck, I don't know enough about monkeys to contradict you.
Long story short, time travels.
The wormhole wove the fabric of time as well as space, it seemed.
In an instant, I walked from the summer of 66 to the 2020s.
Ooh.
That
ooh.
sounds awful.
God
Yeah.
told
Pretty
me about
awful.
why wormholes do that. He said there where he put a cigar out on the fabric of space-time.
I'd leave my wife, my whole life behind to investigate a cigar burn in outer...
God.
His fault, Hitman. I take it up with him.
You know what? I very well might.
Anyhow, by the time traveling past the day the dial-up occurs, well, I end up being the one guy enough to get left behind.
One normie left.
Zaps.
Heard something happened with the clowns?
Right. They marched on DC and all got gunned down by the new gun-headed riot police. What?
With gunheads can gunhead.
Yeah.
Head gun. Head cannon.
Tragic and hilarious. My God, you could hear the comical honks for miles.
Oh my god.
Head cannon accepted.
Right.
Why are you booing me? I'm right.
I remember when clowns were everywhere, you know.
Do you miss them?
Oh gosh, Lord, no.
Nobody wanted those bulbous-nosed freaks around.
No demand for clowns. None.
So why were there clowns then?
Okay.
Clowns come from DashCon.
Clown eggs look similar to ball pit balls, which are commonplace in places that they spawned in.
Not saying I believe in evolution per se, but it was most certainly was an evolutionary adaptation.
Right. Thank you.
So I guess it's just me left now.
Nor me.
That's why I got exiled from Dialtown in the first place, you know?
Didn't want to conform. Get my head replaced against my will for the sake of fitting in.
Ooh, that's why I got kicked out of town. For threatening normality itself.
Oh, give me a break. Use the same asinine line on you too.
Let me tell you something. There ain't nothing normal about Dialtown.
And there certainly ain't nothing normal about the mayor of that backwater slum.
She has this idea that by putting these plans of hers into motion, she is somehow recreating the Dialtown that Callum Crown presided over.
I spent time in Dialtown before they launched me into space, you know.
I actually saw the Dialtown that existed back then, unlike her.
I personally knew her grandfather before he...
She's an ignorant hypocrite, not fit to hold any office, let alone run an entire town.
Mingus is certainly something, all right.
You ever seen her up
Yeah.
close?
She's got a cat head.
A fleshy cat head, pre-dial-up era.
Huh.
The count from my time.
You know why she got that engineered right?
It's her grandpappy, President Callum Crown, had a cat just like how she looks now.
She's trying to morph into his old cat.
That's terrifying. But why?
Sure as hell beats me.
I don't know why anyone would want to look like she does.
I mean, and somehow, she gets elected into public office, time and time again, looking like that.
Happy to kick me to the curb, yet that leader is the very definition of abnormality.
She's a hypocrite. They all are in that damn dump.
Dialtown's a town of bigoted hicks. Everyone in that godforsaken town's guilty by association.
Oh, not everyone in Dialtown is that bad.
Excuse me?
They threw you out to the curb too, didn't they?
The mayor's prudish puss, fine. But I have friends back in Dialtown too.
I guarantee anyone in that town say you down the river without a second thought.
And if you can't see that, then you're just as blind as they all are.
As far as I'm concerned, I've answered all your questions.
I think you've imposed on me and taken advantage of my hospitality for long enough.
Y'all should leave.
What hospitality? You didn't even offer me a cup of coffee.
Or cold brew Guinness. Cold brew coffee Guinness.
If you want to gargle brown water, then go sip from a puddle.
Ah, he is now offering the cold brew Guinness.
It was a mistake to drink coffee this late.
Maybe.
I got things to do.
Yeah? Like what? Stewing in your own bitterness?
You don't know how long I've been here.
Had to leave my whole life behind twice.
Then again, being cast out of that bigoted town, probably a blessing in disguise for the both of us.
I don't want to be alone.
And I don't want company. So I suppose we're at an impasse.
Oh, wait, except we ain't, because I got a gun.
So get out.
Move on. Find a better cesspit to squat in.
And get yourself the hell out of mine.
I don't know where to go.
Follow the perimeter of the town till you find the freeway, then hitchhike in literally any direction.
The further you get away from Dialtown, the better.
Don't make the mistake of settling too close to town like I did. You have to put up with visitors like you showing up every now and again.
Wait, have others come by here?
No one nearly as annoying and persistent as you.
There's a shepherd who lives 8 or so miles down the road, but he knows to keep his distance on account of the signs.
Sure didn't stop you, though.
Right, signs can't stop me because I can't read.
Alright, DW. Knew I should have gone all out and stuck a head in the spike out front.
All right. I'll cut you a deal, partner.
I'm willing to let you stay on my land if you want.
But only from the chin up and at the end of a wooden stick.
Would I be alright?
You'd be dead.
Yeah, but would I be okay?
Y'all be.
Please be patient with me. God isn't finished with me yet.
That's the first thing you said so far. I happen to agree with you now.
Actually, you know, now that I think about it,
I've seen a woman skulking around these parts for the last week or so through my binoculars.
she's never gotten close to the shack.
Seems she's the artsy type. On camera, usually having an easel under her arm.
Looks between 4'10", 5'4", I'd say. Unarmed, of course.
Had some kind of printer, brown, with a small white decal. Wasn't able to make out from this distance.
Wait!
Karen!
Karen! You found Karen!
Yay!
Y'all know this woman?
Yeah, we...
That's a truly revolting number of ellipses.
This is fantastic news! She's smart. She'll figure a way to smuggle me back into Dialtown for sure.
Goody for you.
Now get out.
You want to go back to that cesspit so bad? Then go. Here.
That's just she's over by the lake.
That's where I'd go if I wanted to paint something from around these parts that wasn't trees, dirt, or sheep.
All right. I guess I'll go look for her then.
Yep.
Guess I'll just skedaddle now.
You've already said that.
I feel weird just leaving you here,
Don't. I'll warn you to.
but I feel like we've really hit it off.
It took an enormous amount of restraint not to shoot you at least 18 times in the last 3 minutes.
But you didn't. You held back. Maybe you really...
Get out.
Because why in Nation would I want to go back to Dialtown?
I told you, that town's chock full of low-down snakes.
Worst of all, that mare.
Ooh, I know. Wouldn't it be really funny to see the mayor's face when I return? She's gonna be so pissed when she finds out I'm back. Might get mauled by police dogs again. We'll just have to see.
My god, that's the stupidest. Huh.
I really think that if you found your way back to Dialtown, that you'd be able to get to the mayor herself. We're going to assassinate the mayor.
You bet. I've reached her once. I'm sure I can do it again.
No kidding?
Alright, suppose you convince me.
It's a deal then.
Epic. Wowzers. Very swag.
You know, the deal is that I'm willing to accompany you back to Dialtown, not listen to your asinine idioms.
I'll travel you back to Dialtown just to get to the mayor and see her get her just desserts.
He's going to give her a pie?
Please bring the gun. You know, in case we encounter a pack of roaming feral hogs.
Oh, fuck no.
This was
Not even
intentional.
50 of them?
This had to be intentional.
It couldn't not be.
Had to be.
Like hell, I'd leave my single action behind.
But doing this, we're going all out.
Let's head out, partner. I want to head to the lake before we hit Hawk Hour.
Okay, what? Excuse me, sir? What? What?
Get cracking, it's hog hour.
Oh, no.
It's when 30 to 60 feral hogs come rampaging into my yard.
10 minutes of the worst chit-chat imaginable later.
It's not just this stream.
Yes.
Rude.
Are we wrong?
No. So, are turnips like fruit or what?
For the last time, partner.
Told ya, I'm willing to accompany ya, but needless chit-chat does not come under the terms of our agreement.
I'll walk with you. Shoot at anything that tries to shoot us first, but I ain't up for banter of any kind.
This will be the last turnip-related question, I promise.
The eyes.
Yeah, I've said that 3 times already, partner.
No more.
If you just answer the question quickly, then I'll be satisfied.
It's a vegetable. Turnips are vegetables.
You satisfied now?
No, I need more turnip lore.
If I knew it,
Just please, be quiet.
So where does the word turnip come from, anyhow?
where would I?
Why would you assume I'd know that?
I don't know, you seem to be a man who enjoys his turnips.
I'm this close to using up 2 of these here bullets, you know.
2 bullets? You want to shoot me twice?
One for me, one for you, actually.
Between the 2 of us, I think I'd shoot myself first and shoot you after, so I wouldn't have to hear you gurgling on the ground.
I gurgle on my feet too, in fairness, and gargle oft, I do.
What sort of dialogue?
Hey, Norm, I have one last
If you ask me another question about turnips or radishes, I swear you're gonna get a taste of lead. You're gonna taste lead for the rest of your short life.
No, I wanted to ask, is Mingus right about Dialtown?
What are you talking about now? You starting to piece together why they might a way to get rid of you?
No, not the exiling part. Her wanting to make Dialtown just like it was when Callum was in charge. I guess what I mean is, do you think Dialtown was better off before Callum died?
For a what now?
You think he's...
You don't know a damn thing about what President Crown achieved, do ya?
I know he had a funny head, wore a flag tie, and made lots of telephones. That's the gist of him, right?
just
Greatest leader of this here country ever had? A visionary.
a tragic waste of potential in the end.
I found out what happened to him after I jumped forward in time, of course.
So wait, he's not dead, but is gone?
That's the long and short of it, yeah.
To my knowledge, he's alive and kicking, but still completely gone.
I'm even more confused now. You make
Thank
brain
you.
hurt, Magic Hat Man.
Alright.
Maybe I'll understand if I start at the very beginning, context and all.
Ahem.
Callum Crown was born here in Dialtown in 1923. Growing up in the 30s, in an era of depression and change, Callum found himself transfixed with the technology that was becoming slowly commonplace at the time, namely the telephone. Callum was born with a severe deformity, having only one complete limb, his left arm. While extraordinarily bright, he lived a solitary life, watching other kids outside perform feats he could only dream of. When the early 40s rolled around, Callum signed up to fight in World War II, but wasn't accepted on account of his disability. He had to stay home and bitterly follow the war alongside the rest of those unfit to fight via hazy radio transmissions. If only I could walk, Callum thought to himself. If I could walk, I could serve. It was at that time that Callum put his garage workshop to good use. Made use of scraps of just about any metal he could get his hands on, forged himself a pair of prosthetic legs, which, while crudely assembled, were virtually unheard of at the time. He sent the Army Registration Office a note, vouching for his new metallic appendages, vowing to join their cause, whatever the cost. He never got a reply. So he simply sent another letter, then another, and another. What started as one letter quickly became dozens. Always a motivated guy, Callum decided to use his head, try something new. Callum bought his first telephone. After getting through to Dialtown's head enlister, Callum found out that to his shock, every single one of his letters had hit their mark, but was simply thrown out en masse. "I'm here to recruit the best of the best this country has to offer," the recruiter stated over the phone. "Not some freak with metallic legs who'd slow the rest of my boys down." With a single disconnecting click, Callum's dreams were obliterated yet again. Callum, now full of spite and determination, decided to better himself further. He built himself a right hand out of just about any metal he could find left over from the construction of his legs, connected the copper wires to his own nerves, and forged the very first fully working prosthetic hand. With the war winding down, Callum decided to go out to patent his designs. People at the patent office looked at him as though he were a freak, with his rusted iron clanking hand and his bulky metallic legs. Callum bitterly listened to the end of the war, now disillusioned, via hazy radio transmission whilst tweaking his mechanical limbs to be more functional. Come 1948, Callum decided to try his hand at selling his mechanical limbs to war veterans, many of which had returned in the coming months after the war. Initially, they sold like hotcakes, allowing Crown to move from his garage to a small manufacturing plant. Sadly, this did not turn out to be a sustainable business model, as once each soldier bought a prosthetic leg or two, they didn't need to buy another. Come 1950, Callum struggled to move even one limb. This led him back to the drawing board. His inventions had dramatically improved his own quality of life. He wondered if he could offer his fellow man an upgrade. Advanced metallic limbs had tools built in, had increased strength or flexibility. Limbs that could even change humanity, even the world as he knew it, just as he changed his own life. Callum took him to the public, parading his new and improved models around in the street shows, using himself as a test subject. Was laughed off as a monster with metallic limbs, trying to sell his own misery to others. Callum was looked on as a self-mutilated idiot, someone who made himself a freak for show, and not as a talented and determined visionary who paved the path that he needed underneath him to walk.
I'll prove them wrong. I'll prove the whole world wrong if I must.
Callum gradually became more cynical. He began reading more into the market with the vain hopes of copying success, and sure enough, he figured it out. Sadly, America had turned into a luxury market. Washing machines, televisions, refrigerators, all were selling faster than the nearby factories could churn them out. Callum's idea to integrate organics and inorganics wasn't taken to right away. With a lack of sales revenue, Callum had to all but shut down Crowd Mechanics Incorporated and let each and every one of his workers go. Callum soon became something of a town oddity, not unlike myself. A door-to-door salesman made of clunking rusted metal, a vendor of that which was unwanted. Callum somehow felt lonelier than ever before, even more so than when he was back in his garage, watching the rest of the world move outside his window. He reflected on his loneliness, once again being bound to his workshop next to his phone, desperate not to miss a single opportunity for his dream to take off. His phone. It connected him to the world outside of the workshop, to the rest of Dialtown. Perhaps it could again. That's when he realized.
I've got it now.
Callum spent a full year working on his new design. A telephone that's built into your head, could be swapped and traded for other such devices, and has a 5-year warranty. No repurchases required. Surprisingly, despite their clunkiness and novelty, the practicality of having complete and portable phone access anywhere in the world through airwave frequencies wasn't lost on people. And interestingly, the phones caught on quickly. A typewriter alternative even became common, allowing text to be printed from one's own head, as if the user was having a conversation with the very paper itself. Unpredictably, these phone heads caused a massive boom to employment, with young men and women getting hired left, right, and center as both manufacturers, but also operators in switchboard exchanges. This economic boom made Callum extraordinarily popular, which he used to run for mayor, the Senate, and finally the presidency, all 3 roles he walked into, seen as a visionary, a man who could change the face of America for the second time. Becoming leader of the United Nations, Callum proposed to the world his vision for the future. His idea of a functional, inclusive, and wondrous mechanical world where all problems from famine to animal extinction, to societal conflict, to resource shortages, all could be solved, preventing future wars and creating worldwide harmony. However, due to paranoia, he refused to write the plan down in its entirety or tell anyone what it is prior to the proposal's agreement. Needless to say, the vote in favor for the plan won by a landslide. In the coming years, the whole world was converted to have inorganic heads. Women, children, animals too. Callum stood on the tallest podium given to a human being today, and failed the hardest for it. He began to give his ultimate speech, his oratory opus.
My fellow humans, now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Without further ado, the full details of my plan to substantially improve the whole world.
Callum had accidentally wiped his own answering box, which for his model telephone was being used to store his memories. All of them. With Callum having given himself total amnesia in an instant, the whole world was stunned. Life was made fundamentally different for everyone, all for a promise never kept. The changes, the thought process behind these sweeping modifications, now a mystery. So, the world just picked up the pieces, without Callum, of course. Nowadays, Callum sits in an old nursing home, alone, tuning a busted radio, asking anyone who comes near him.
Is the war over yet? I can't get a signal.
Holy shit.
What?
That was a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The optimistic one. Vote green.
Green.
What a loser.
God damn it.
Big. I'd hold your tongue if I were you, partner.
That loser changed the face of our country, changed the entire world.
Think of what you could have done if you hadn't.
That's just the way the world works, you know.
No system values its pawns.
Life ain't about what you deserve, it's about what you get.
Whoa, that's eerie. My friend Karen said that to me once. You know, the woman you're about to meet?
Me?
You make your arrangements there and I'll just keep my distance, thank you very much.
I thought we were about to get revealed that he was her father the entire time.
She'll likely have questions about the space cowboy lingering in the distance, though.
I have questions about the space cowboy lingering in the distance.
She would totally say that.
Although, to be fair, she has no way of knowing he's a space cowboy.
I mean, he is wearing like a what looks like a NASA suit. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And a bandolier of bullets and United States.
there's
hat.
a lot. The fucking hat, for a start. There's a lot
Yeah, that
going
does.
on there.
I guess this whole game really was the return of the space cowboy. She can ask you as many questions as she cares to. My answer's still the same.
I swore I accompany you to reach the mayor, but I said nothing about chatting to your strange friends.
She's lovely though. She's no nonsense, just like yourself.
Don't try to butter me up.
She and I are nothing alike. I guarantee you that. I mean, it's fair. We're gonna. It's a work in progress.
We've made choices.
Yeah, and the choices are great.
It's true. You really hate other people, huh? You know what? I think I'm going to try to change your mind about that.
Good
Not
luck,
everyone's bad, you know. There's still some good in the world. Sometimes people toss me meat. I hope that you'll get to see that.
For the record, accompanying you does not include the learning of life lessons.
If I wanted to learn a crushing life lesson, I'd get married again or rub a kitty's exposed fluffy belly.
Okay, am I the only one who can rub kitty bellies without getting scratched?
Yes.
Nah, partner.
Powerful.
I'm just dandy as I am. Thank you very much.
Now then, let's keep moving.
Then, Sen, and believe it or not, I don't want to see you break your ankle stepping on a goofer hole and for me to have to put you out of your misery like a broken horse.
I wouldn't take it personally if you had to.
I mean, Karen would approve.
Well...